Okay guys, so today we're looking at the top 5 mistakes while reading ketone test strips. If that's why you tuned in, don't go away. Okay guys, so we're all using urinalysis sticks, and yes, you can use breathalyzers and blood ketones. Blood ketones are the most accurate, but you also have to understand that they do have a link to breathalyzers and urinalysis strips. So they might not be linear, but they are definitely conducive in showing whether you're producing ketones or not and how many. So also we want to understand what can be an issue here. When we come to read them, how can we make mistakes? How can we avoid those mistakes? Okay guys, so without further ado, let's get on to number 1. So here we go. Number 1, testing straight after eating. So we understand testing. Okay guys, so let's have a look here. We have foods can temporarily change your results, especially carbs, protein or sweeteners. So we can understand quite clearly that when it comes to this, you can see that you shouldn't test straight after eating, because you will not get the result because you haven't digested the food and absorbed those nutrients. So what we can see here, best practice, wait at least 2 to 3 hours after eating before testing for more accurate results. Now, what we can see, you have ketone test strips here, and we can see obviously that 2 to 3 hours must be stuck to, or you won't get any accurate reading. Again, it takes sometimes up to 3 hours for meat to be digested, and so for a proper fuller figure, this has to happen, and then you'll get them going through, all the nutrients coming in, and then your body reacting and producing ketones, and then you'll see the aftermath of the overflow in your urinalysis of acetoacetate, and that would tell you, yes, acetoacetate is being made, the precursor to make beta-hydroxybutyrate and to have byproduct acetone. So what does that mean? It means loads of ketones are being made. Now, it also can be the fact that you're so efficient, don't forget that it will change that amount slightly as you get fat adapted. Okay, so let's have a look now. So never test straight after eating. Okay guys, now number 2. Here we go, testing when you're dehydrated. So if you're going to obviously test your ketones, you are at the perfect time to see if you're dehydrated or not. The color of your urine is going to tell you whether you're dehydrated or not. If you have a very dark, thick yellow urine, that's dehydrated. If you have a very clear, obviously, urine, that's obviously overhydrated. So now the whole idea there is you want to have a nice light yellow urine, and that one is going to be, the conducive sweet spot to take your readings. Why does it matter? So let's have a look. Concentrated urine can make ketones look higher than they really are. So best practice, drink plenty of water throughout the day and test when you're well hydrated for the most accurate results. So why it matters: dehydration concentrates your urine, which can lead to falsely higher ketone results. So you don't want to have false results, and you can use an analogy, very simple. How do you understand that? Well, just look at the example of using any type of dilute orange. You pour in your dilute orange and you either add less or more water. So if you add more water, then obviously you're going to have a watery, less powerful drink. And if you have less water, it's going to be strong and more powerful. So that's the same with your reading. So you need the sweet spot on the label recommendation. If you get where it's just properly hydrated, it tastes nice and pleasant, and it's not overpowering and it's not too weak. So that's exactly the same when it comes to your urinalysis. You understand, I've got a proper, obviously, colour urine. I don't have to worry. These are going to be accurate results for a urinalysis test. So guys, very simple and straightforward. We understand this is the main idea. Now, we understand that dehydration concentrates your urine, which can lead to falsely higher ketone readings. Okay, so very simple there. Let's go on to number 3. Okay guys, thinking darker always means better. So very dark purple can mean dehydration, not better ketosis. So important note, if you're dehydrated, your urine is more concentrated, which can make ketone levels look higher than they really are. We've just mentioned that, and we understand that's why darker doesn't always mean better. But if you have a nice yellow colored urine, here we go. Focus on the whole picture. How you feel, your energy, and your consistency matter more than a very dark color on the strip. Yes, that's true. So you understand that your ketones being produced are going to be conducive to obviously tell you you're in ketosis. With urinalysis, yes, it's harder to gauge exactly what you're doing, as well as with a breathalyzer. Blood ketones are the most accurate, but a urinalysis might not be linear, but it is a fantastic gauge that you're producing ketones. So if you have nice, decent color urine, and you have a nice feeling, you feel good, you feel focused, you feel concentrated, you understand you've succeeded. So your keto readings will probably be quite accurate, and you have to slightly adapt and understand as you become fat adapted, these are going to win for you. So if it's obviously going to be less, it doesn't matter too much because you're just using more or efficiently the ketones of the precursor to make obviously beta hydroxybutyrate. Okay guys, so very simple. Dark doesn't always mean better, but it is a good gauge that you've got a lot of overflow, and you're probably most likely, you can test it. Go for a run before, test your urine, and then see afterwards. Make sure you're hydrated with water, and then when you test for your urine strip, it will be higher and much darker. That tells you you've increased ketone production. You've got loads of overflow of the precursor because you need to have it there to make the ketones of beta hydroxybutyrate to utilize them over your body. Now, okay guys, so here we go. Looking at number 4, testing at random times. Using a consistent time such as morning or late afternoon to compare results properly. So, best times to test. Morning, first urine of the day for a consistent baseline. Late afternoon helps track how your body is doing later in the day. So, why consistency matters. Ketone levels naturally fluctuate throughout the day. Testing at the same time gives you accurate, comparable results. Helps you see true trends and progress over time. So the tip, pick a time that fits your routine and stick with it every day for the best insight. So we can understand quite clearly that consistency matters. If you pick always the morning, you'll get a fantastic reading after fasting because you've obviously not eaten for that long period of time. You will see if your body's producing ketones and producing abundant amount for production in your body. Then when you eat, you'll see how it impacts after consuming them, how you're doing obviously after your lunch. Now, late afternoon, there you go. Afternoon time. So, what you understand here, guys, consistency is key. If you read it another time, it may show and discourage you. It might read it another time and give you more, and so you get overconfident. Okay, here we go, guys. So, expecting strips to work forever. Number 5, expecting strips to work forever. Okay, so as you adapt to keto, your body may waste fewer ketones in urine, so strips can show lower even when you're still burning fat. So again, I mentioned you this, fat adaptation will affect the results a little bit. Why this happens? When you are first starting keto, your body produces more ketones than it needs and wastes the extra in urine. Once adapted, your body becomes more efficient at using ketones for energy, so less is wasted. Right guys, tip. Don't rely on strips alone, focus on how you feel, your energy and your results over time. So, lower strip readings can be a sign of success, not failure. So, if you have steady energy, better focus, and you've got progress over time, you've already done well, guys. So don't forget, if you've been doing keto for at least coming up for 4 weeks, there's a good sense you're becoming fat adapted. Now, if you're fat adapted, just expect a lighter reading. It doesn't mean you've had any issue. It just means you're utilizing more of that acetoacetate to make beta hydroxybutyrate, to burn them as energy, and the overflow is inconsequential. It then means basically we still have an overflow, we're still in ketosis. I know I'm fat adapted. This means fantastic, a phenomenal amount of weight loss. Thumbs up. Okay guys, so I hope you liked the video. Thumbs up please and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments and I'll see you on the next one.